I'm Larry Osborne, Field Agronomist for DuPont Pioneer. We recently sent in a plant sample to the SDSU Diagnostic Clinic, testing for Goss's wilt. We found some suspicious leaves in this cornfield, sent those into the clinic, and now we've received our test results. I'm here today to tell you how to interpret those results and what they mean for your farming operation or for your customers. This sample result details that we do indeed test positive for Goss's wilt. What does that mean? Well, for starters, it means that this field has been affected by the Goss's wilt bacteria that's present here on this farm. There's not much we can do about Goss's wilt in season moving from this point forward. It's a bacterial disease. We don't really have a lot of options for treatment or other things that we can do to prevent the damage at this point. Goss's wilt is primarily managed through crop rotation and planting of resistant varieties. But what we do want to say is that a test result showing positive for Goss's wilt does not necessarily mean that we'll result in tremendous yield losses. While certainly possible that we will lose yield because of that disease, we might simply just have the bacterium present. Even some of our most resistant hybrids still can test positive for Goss's wilt. It's important to go through this field and take a good estimate of the amount of the plant that's affected by the Goss's wilt. How severely is each plant affected, and how many plants in the field are actually affected. Once you understand the scope of the problem, you might be able to better understand how much yield loss to expect. Later on in the fall, as we get closer to maturity, we'll be able to see those plants that are more heavily affected by Goss's will tend to have smaller ears or lighter test weight kernels. Again, just reiterate that Goss's wilt is a problem throughout the state of South Dakota and into Minnesota and into Wisconsin. Goss's wilt can be devastating, taking as much as 50% of the yield, but in many cases can be just a nuisance. A problem that we see in the field, but one that doesn't result in a lot of yield loss.